Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Period Sis. I'm your host, Mandy B. Super excited to have yet another brand partner joining me in this week's episode. We are talking all things love. But love down below, if you get what I mean. Again, I'm super excited. We have one of the owners from our box partners in the third box. Hopefully, you guys were able to get it. If not, they're gone, baby. They're gone now. But I love for everyone who was able to get their box. And this time, there was a nice little weighted Kegel up in there. So that's what we're talking about today, baby. We're talking Kegels, we're talking sex, and we're talking another tale of womanhood for women by women. Hello, Shayla. Thank you for joining me today.
Yes, good morning. Hi, thank you for having me.
Of course. So, guys, I am joined today with Shayla Johnson, who is the CEO and founder of Naughty Sensations Love Shop online. And I'm super, super excited to have this conversation with you today because, girl, you put me onto something. We
Yes.
was going through our conversation. She's like, well, I have a weighted Kegel. All right, we gonna get into what that does and what it
Yes.
is. But before we start, I love to get to know the people behind the brands that partner here with Official Box Owner. So Shayla, introduce yourself to our audience, and then we're gonna get to the tea.
Okay. So, good morning. My name is Shayla Johnson. I am the CEO and founder of Naughty Sensation. I am 21 years old. I'm
Yes, y'all,
currently,
she
yes.
is. She is.
Yes, I am young. I am currently a student at Southern University in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I'm a criminal justice major and a business minor, and I have just had so much fun growing into myself sexually and everything like that, and being able to put forward that love and give it to other people.
I love it. So you're in school for criminal justice, and
Yes.
yet here you are at 21 years old running your own love shop
Mhm.
where you have a variety of sex toys on your website and more things. I wouldn't even just limit it to sex toys.
Mhm.
So let's take it back before college, before you were of age, because you're just now legal.
Right.
Um, can you share with us what your journey has been with sex and getting to know yourself? Did you grow up in a household that freely spoke about sex? Did you have a partner that introduced you? Can you share with us what that introduction looked like for you?
Yeah, definitely. So me growing up, I am an only child on my mom's side, and I do have siblings on my dad's side. My dad is actually a pastor, so yes, that
It's
was
always
interesting.
the pastor's kids, ain't it?
It always, what can we do? What can we do? But when and I was actually just having this conversation with my mom and saying how a lot of times parents trying to shield children from sex doesn't really do much good, because the first time that I actually was introduced to sex was in the fourth grade. I remember it distinctly. Yes, I had a friend
That's young.
that was very young. Yeah, when my mom found out, she was like, "What?" Because I just told her. But I was in fourth grade, and I had a friend, and I think we were like in the restroom, and she said like, "Oh, something, I saw this on Pornhub." So I'm like, "What's Pornhub?" And she, yes, yes. So that was very young. But after that, the first time I actually had sex, I was a junior in high school, and it kind of goes along to that same kind of thing. If you don't talk to your kids about sex, they have questions, and people have answers. So there is somebody that would be willing to show your child what sex is, or explain to them, or anything like that. So I would always say to be open with your kids, and let them be able to, ask their own questions. But through my journey sexually, and especially since starting this business and getting into this, I've been able to really learn what I like for myself sexually,
Okay.
Because as a lot of, we've all been through it. Sometimes when you're having sex, your partner is really only having sex for them. They're not really having sex for you. They're not, trying to make sure that you're satisfied and make sure that you're fully taken care of. So when you really get to slow down and, learn what you like for yourself, you're able to fulfill that for yourself and see what people are able to offer you outside of sex. So that's really been my favorite part of it.
All right. You saying this at 21, I'm so mad that I wasn't this hip. It's crazy because I read the sex novels. So I was
Mhm.
into Zane and all of those books with the raunchy things. I used to sneak and watch Bliss. You're too young.
Okay.
You don't know about Bliss. But I did too, used to sneak when I went to my friend's house. Her brother had a computer in his room, and we
Uh-huh.
would go in there and sneak and watch porn. But what's crazy is when I got into having sexual partners, this confidence that you have at 21, I still probably didn't fully get until I was about 26, 27.
Okay.
And through this show and my other podcast, Horrible Decisions, some women don't reach where you've reached until their 40s.
Yes.
There's just this stigma around A, not talking about sex, but B, also going into it where the climax and everything is when the man comes. There's so much emphasis on pleasing the man that we forget to take into account what we really like, what pleases us, the things that we like.
Yes.
So you were introduced in the fourth grade. When did you start? Because I would assume you weren't active in the fourth grade.
Yeah, no.
At what part did you begin really having partners and exploring yourself with other people?
If
Oh,
I,
you don't want to say
no,
that?
no, no, I can. The first time that I had my first sexual experience was really one that I do not recommend for anybody. Like I was just thinking
Oh,
like, oh, I, really want to do it because he wants to do it. It was at
oh
his
yeah.
grandma's house. Yeah, it wasn't even all that.
Okay.
But once, I started experimenting more and like, with other people and especially when getting to college, because college, I moved from California to Louisiana, so the accent got me a whole lot.
College is where it happened, and the
College.
southern drawl
Yes.
of Louisiana boys.
It just
Oh,
took over
okay. You're
me. It took
reminiscing.
over
You're
me. But when I started doing that and, having more sex, it's like I can really get into this. I like it. And a lot of times when I am having conversations about sex, like with people and men in general, I like to challenge like the way that they think. Like for instance, a lot of people's perspective on like a threesome versus a train. I like to, poke people's brains about that. Yeah, I like to, really have
also you
conversation.
sound like me because that's I like to even challenge pegging or anal play with
Mhm.
men.
Yes,
So the use of butt plugs and them being able to be used by men or women, and
right,
just because you have something in your ass doesn't make you gay, and
right,
like literally challenging all of the shame that comes with sex.
right.
And so what are the other things so wait, you would just be at a dinner table and you just gonna start challenging people with their thoughts on sex?
Well, okay, I think it comes out in conversation. Like when
Okay.
people say something that I just feel like they could be educated on, it's just like, okay, what brings you, to think that? What brings you to think someone's, a quote unquote a whore or something? Like what brings you to think these things when you don't have these same standards for your friends, you don't have these same standards for yourself. So it's just like,
Okay.
I think that there's an opportunity to educate.
And so you've learned and explored yourself. You're having these dialogues with other people. Let's get a little bit into Naughty Sensations. You're
Yes.
21. This isn't brand new. So, at what age and at what point in your life were you like, not only do I have these conversations, I want to sell to enhance everyone else's sexual experiences? Where was your mind at when you started thinking that this is what you wanted to do as one part of your life? Because again, you're also a college student.
Right.
So where were you and what led you to creating Naughty Sensations?
Yeah, definitely. So the thing that really kind of jump started my interest in it was when I was a freshman in college, and me and my friends we took a trip to like a local, sex shop in the city. So when I got there, I noticed number one, it's kind of strange, to go into. There's so many things. I'm like, I don't even know what I'm looking for. And then if you do decide to pick up the 9-inch BBC dildo, now the clerk is looking at you strange. They're like, okay, what are you about to go do, baby? So I said, I know that this is weird for me. And I know that, some other people have probably definitely felt that way as well. And then another thing is price point. So I'm a college student. I can't go spend $100 on a vibrator. I just cannot do
Right.
it. So I would really say those things, and just among talking to my friends, I would say it probably also has something to do with Louisiana, like from the music and everything. They're sexually free out here. They will say anything. So you hear a lot of the same things from other people. So I was just thinking, this is something that I know that I need, and I just know other people are needing it as well. So yeah,
Okay, so you brought up the intimidation of the sex store,
yeah.
sex shop. Outside of that one experience, do you have any other experiences with walking into the sex stores? And I guess also with price point being in mind, what led you to picking the products that you have? Of course, I know y'all are here for what the fuck this Kegel weight does, and we're gonna get there. But I wanted to know prior to starting this as well, prior to
Mhm.
starting Naughty Sensations, which toys you tried out, which toys you wanted to stay away from, which toys you thought were must haves. This is also
Okay.
just that conversation for if someone is listening to this podcast and is like, I want to, experience some toys or some things with my partner. What are some of those go tos? And you can bring up some of the stuff that you also have on your website as well.
Yeah, definitely. So, me, I am a clitoral stimulation person. I love clitoral stimulation by myself. And I just feel like it adds a little razzle dazzle on top of
It
some
does.
great dick. So, those are always the toys that I was starting off with. Just like little bullets and things. I had like a classic vibrator. Like it was really, plain Jane. I thought I was doing something. And then I started getting into like rabbits and things like that. Cause just like a lot of people don't know the combination.
The
It's the
combination.
G spot stimulation and the clitoral stimulation. It's really going to take you there.
Oh, and the
So,
anal stimulation.
yeah,
Oh,
and a lot of
listen.
people don't know. A lot of people scared. Don't be
even
scared.
even even if you are in the middle of sex with your partner, or even if you are masturbating, I think that people don't know all of the different things that is possible with
Right.
masturbation with the right toys, of course. But you can stimulate your clit, your vagina, and your ass all at the same time, and it brings a sensation. And what's crazy is when you include toys, it is something that can be used with your partner or by yourself, which I love because it's something that you can grow to become comfortable with.
Definitely.
Because I mean, there is a lot of intimidation with going to a sex shop, but there's intimidation with partners too. And so
Absolutely.
sometimes just having something in the bed that you're familiar with can bring the confidence out in yourself as well.
Definitely. And a lot of it's great that you said that because one thing that I hear a lot, especially from like men that I do encounter, they're like, oh no, we don't need no toys. I could put that toy out of business. I'm like, baby, it's really not a competition. It's for
It's not. It's not.
to add it on top, or get one for your lady and you enjoy her enjoying it. Like,
Yes.
there's so many things that can be done, especially to build intimacy. I have like a partner's toy. Like this is a remote control cock ring. And
Oh, wait.
yes,
Okay, hold on. Cause I'm just
yes.
looking at that little ring. My baby got a big old dick. How much
Okay.
does that cock ring stretch? Let's. Oh,
Yeah. Oh, he's getting in there. He's getting in there.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
So it does stretch, and then this is like the remote to it. So what I like to do, I like to put this like on the base of his penis and have this like
By his
resting on his
gooch.
balls. He don't even know what's going on. He don't even know what's going on, and he just had a remote. But I'm like, oh, did you say something? Did you say something?
I would
So
say I would say I love that you bring that up because for the women listening who may have partners that are intimidated by female toys being in the bedroom, I think that that's a way to get your partner, your male partner, more comfortable and less intimidated with toys being present by including something like the
yeah,
cock ring that vibrates because now you're showing him like, babe, I know my pussy good, but this can enhance your pleasure as well. And it's a way to just show, you see how this just enhanced the feeling and overall experience. A toy does that for me and it doesn't take away what you do with me.
right.
And I think
Ab-
that you just bringing even that toy up, I think that that's a great way. And there's a tip. I know we normally end off with tips, but guys, you got a mid tip through the goddamn episode where, yeah, if you have a partner that is like, oh no, baby, we not bringing toys in, do it this way.
Something like that.
Introduce him with a toy that is good for him that you enjoy as
Right.
well.
Yes, because you'll
Oh,
definitely be able to feel that, like in missionary, especially doggy style. That's my favorite for that toy. You can definitely feel that vibration as well.
and you are in control of the remote to make it
Hmm.
vibrate, correct? Oh,
Yes,
that's amazing.
yes,
That's amazing. What other toy do you have any other referral for a toy for a couple or for solo masturbation?
yes. So I do. Let's see. I got a
Y'all,
few
she got a
here.
whole treasure chest right next to her.
Right. Okay, so I would say one of them, okay, let's see, I'll use these two. So these ones I really like for solo play or partner play. So this one right here is
Okay.
called Works and Magic. It's a wand style vibrator. It has 12 different speeds. It's waterproof, and you can use
12
it. Yes,
speeds is
yes,
a lot.
and they are
I have
amazing.
owned some vibrators. 12 different speeds is a lot. Okay.
Yes, yes. And they're, when I tell you they're great, you're not even gonna know.
Okay.
And I like to use it, like I said, by myself, or you can use it like for clitoral stimulation during missionary, doggy style. You can really use this one with a partner as well. And then I have this one is called Naughty Girl. It's really the same. It's for clitoral stimulation, G spot stimulation, and anal stimulation as well. Yes. And it has 7 different speeds. This is the strongest vibrator that I do have.
Okay.
Also, waterproof is rechargeable. This one is highly recommended.
I also love that all of your toys are pink. Can I just tell you that? Because
Yes.
also everyone's, and you see, I noticed.
Yes.
Because for those of you who, again, who are able to get the third box of official box owner, you guys not only received the pink weighted Kegel ball. There was just one ball,
Yeah.
but there was, it shook. So, okay, we'll talk about what the
Yes.
weighted Kegel is now. Um, but you guys also got sample lube packets that are flavored, and I did get to use. I just put it on my man's nipples and licked it off. I would also suggest maybe like putting it on his balls to lick it off to help add flavor. Um, it was fun. Or the shaft. You know, I'm real particular. I was like, ooh, flavors. I don't know about my pussy. And
Right.
he likes my pussy taste, but I used the lube on different parts of him and licked it off, and it was fine. I actually did taste. I did the butterscotch one.
Okay.
So if you guys got that one, so let's get into it
Yes.
because you showed off these other toys.
Yes.
I assume the weighted Kegel ball is for solo use, correct?
Yes.
Let's talk about the benefits, what it does, how to use it. Give it to us,
Okay.
Shayla.
Yes, definitely. So the weighted Kegel ball that you did get, it is basically to help strengthen your pelvic floor. So what you do, you insert it into your vagina, and it's really kind of like an exercise when you shook it, and that's the little weight that's inside of it.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, so that's what was kind of moving around in there. But I really just insert it and. You just do your regular, Kegel exercises. You do the squeeze. I do mine for about 1 minute. Um, if
Do you have one by you? I'm looking for one
let's
right now.
see, let me.
Hold on, I can grab a box.
Okay,
Okay. All right, I'm
perfect.
back.
Okay,
And we're back.
yes,
So I guess I could take it. Let me take it out of the packaging. So this, and I don't know
yes,
if you can, y'all might be able to
yeah.
hear.
You
So
can
that's
hear it.
the weight. But this is the weighted Kegel. Okay, so explain to me what happens. I also love that it looks kind of like a rose. So you put this up in your pussy, correct?
Yes, and that kind of hook there is to just make sure it stays in place. You can get it out easily and everything.
Okay. And
Yes.
so what am I supposed to be doing once this is in my vagina? Should I be laying down? Do I walk around? Do I sit?
So you can do it sitting, you can do it lying down. Sometimes I do it like after a shower or before a dick appointment. You know, you can do it standing. It's really versatile. It's very comfortable. It does look a little big. You might be like, where is that going? But it is very comfortable. It feels like a tampon, and it actually kind of rests like just beyond your G spot. So that's really what that texture right there helps as well.
And
Um,
I should be putting lube on this before putting it inserting it, or
yes,
yes?
yes, a
Okay.
water-based lube.
Okay,
Um,
and then you said you squeeze. You just
yes.
like
So you're just like contracting your vagina. So the same thing you want to do on that dick, you gonna practice. You
you're gonna do
gonna
it. How often would you recommend someone to use weighted Kegels,
so
weighted Kegel balls?
I do mine for like a minute or so at a time. And I say probably maybe like twice a week. Because it does, it has a whole lot of benefits, especially outside of sex. For, mothers who just delivered, it can definitely help you heal as well and help close that back up. If you have problems, maybe like with leakage when using the restroom or might have problems holding your urine, it can definitely help with that as well. So it's a lifestyle thing,
You're
not just
Kegel
for sex.
training your vaginas, ladies.
Yes,
You're training your boxes.
yes.
Okay, so this is definitely, would you consider this something beginner for
Yeah,
women that are just getting into toys?
absolutely. I would definitely consider that beginner. Yeah,
Okay.
I think especially like as like a training, if you do want to get into other toys and really learn kind of how they feel, you can kind of get started with that as well.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Something that we like to do before leaving, I love for our guests to leave off with some sort of tip, some sort of moral of the story, something to have the girls thinking. And for this episode, I I know you gave us a tip midway, which I really loved, but
Mhm.
what would you say or what tip would you give to a woman who fears the use of sex toys? I say that because there are a lot of negative connotations surrounding toys making you larger or making your walls loose. There's negative connotations regarding vibrators desensitizing your vagina. What type of tip or what would you say to a woman herself who fears using sex toys?
Definitely. I would say the first thing would be to kind of know what you like. Because if you aren't comfortable with it, like don't do anything that you aren't comfortable with. But once you do kind of explore, maybe even without a toy, you could find something that you like that, may not necessarily be a dildo. You might be a clitoral
Okay.
stimulation person, maybe a bullet or something small like for that. something that you might be able like to use on your nipples as well and really introduce different sensations. I really just think that there is something for everyone, whether you
Mm.
are like a beginner and you just want to do a Kegel, like to do, some exercises and stuff. But I can definitely promise you a dildo or a vibrator will not stretch your vagina.
I love it. And something that you mentioned in there that I wanted to add, I love that you went to naming different toys for different parts of your body, because something else that could be considered a sex toy would be something like restraints. That's something you could use with your partner. Blindfolds.
Mhm.
You could even just start with using things that wouldn't be considered toys. So maybe bringing an ice cube into the bedroom, starting off with, something that is like just in your home, but wax candles, soy wax candles.
Right.
Yes, you might look at it as a candle, but that's something that can enhance the play in your bedroom as well. So I love that you went to just naming, maybe a dildo isn't for you, maybe a vibrator isn't for you, but there's nipple clamps, there's restraints, there's handcuffs, there's blindfolds, there's soy wax candles. There's so many other things that I think take away the fear because they don't look like a contraption,
Yes.
that I think that you would very well be able to ease your way into getting comfortable with the use of sex toys in the bedroom. Shayla, I want to thank you so much for joining me today. You are
Yes.
amazing. Guys,
Thank you for
stay
having me.
tuned for not only stats and facts, you guys do get a wonderful discount code over at Naughty Sensations when you want to use uh, anything new. Try something new. I guess, Shayla, let everyone know where they can find you, where they can find all Naughty Sensations products, and your social media handles.
Okay, definitely. You can find me at naughtysensation.com. That is my website. My Instagram is at naughty.sensation, and you can find us on Twitter at insensation.
I do also want to reiterate, and I'll do so when I get to, you guys probably heard it in the beginning of this episode, and you'll hear it again, but that is sensation spelt like a lustful sin. So it's
Yes.
Sinsation. Just a nice, wonderful play on the word sensation. Again, Shayla, thank you so very much. And again, I am going to attribute some stats and facts to the weighted Kegel after this. Stay tuned.
Thank you.